Hey guys, so before the actual video starts, a little update. So it turns out that my sweet little girl, Miko, is actually a boy. I know, that's my goof. I checked their gender when they were first born, and naturally, you know, little boy kittens and girl kittens don't have anything down there. But Miko followed me out into the middle of the street because I was going to Dollar General, and I did my normal thing of Miko, and, on the ground, rolling around, and then I'm like, wait a minute. And what I first thought when they were smaller was just, colorations of their fur, because they have a lot of like circular patterns on them. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like where a little Winky would come out of. And I'm thinking, okay, pick up, and I'm like, huh, those are indeed testicles. So it looks like little girl is actually a little boy, and it's my fault for not checking sooner, because once I checked when they were smaller, I was like, okay, it's a girl. But it's been 5 months, and despite I've picked them up several times, I'm not like I'm holding them like this, like, so, um, better late than never. But yeah, Miko is actually, in fact, a little boy. So instead of Grandpa's little girl, it's Grandpa's little man. Um, Obviously, it doesn't change how I feel about them. Um, but yeah, and I only found out because, again, following me out into the middle of the fucking road. So when I say he's like his dad, yeah, Venti would do the same fucking thing. And then once I walked off, Venti would go back into the yard. But he is like his dad in almost every fucking way. I also saw a cat the other day, and I looked outside, and I swear it was fucking Venti. I'm like, wait a minute, Venti's right here in his little container. How is he outside? Because it looked like, a long hair, but it looked like a flame point. So that's why I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, wait a minute. I saw its face. I'm like, is that a Pootis? Is that a Legolas right there? No, Legolas was the other flame point that me and my friend had. He died like a year or so ago. I'm like, I have to go check out this cat. So I went to the back door and I looked, and it was just like a whitish cat. I don't know if it just rolled around in the dirt or something, but it's like a brown throughout its fur. And we know cats roll in fur. Roll in dirt. I mean, I showed Venti rolling around in the dirt quite a bit. So they do it to clean themselves and stuff like that. But yeah, he was. I opened the door and tried to say hi, and they just kind of ran off. Typical. Also, Musy, for people wondering, Musy's still alive. Musy comes around still every so often. I saw him the other day. So, Musy is the one. I just named him Musy because he looks like Meowsy, but bigger. So I called him Musy. I know, creative names. But I saw him, so he's fine. He doesn't come around a whole lot like he used to, but he still does come around. Um, but now to the main video, the part. Just wanted to let you guys know that my little girl is actually my little man now. So, like I said, better late than never. I really should have checked the gender, when he developed and got a little bigger, which would also explain why he eats so much. You have Lilith and Meowsy who barely eat, but no, not that little. So, but yeah, the main part of the video, dreams. Once again, weird fucking dreams. So, my dream last night. So first off, it was like around Halloween, and instead of like giving candy, like regular candy, like in packages, my mom is like, yeah, you're gonna be sitting out there giving out candy. And she had like this big bowl, and it was like assorted gummies. Like they weren't even in anything, they were just out and about in this bowl. And that I thought was weird. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. No one does Halloween around here anymore. I'm not gonna sit out there for no fucking reason. And then some reason the bowl of gummies turned into a bowl of raspberries, and I'm like, so I'm gonna give kids raspberries now. Here, have a raspberry. Um, but then the weirdest part of the fucking dream. So I go up into my room, And it was in my old house when I lived in New Jersey. And like there was this bird in the window. There was no hole in the screen and the window was closed. Actually, no, let me back up to the part before that. Seems like in every dream I have, there's always a part of me trying to find the cats, and not the ones here, but my other cats, you know, like Minnie, Sylvanas, Ava. So I go out, like I said, this was in the old house. So I go into the back room that we had, and at the far end, instead of like an actual window, it was like the one we have here where you roll it and the panels open. So there was no freaking screen or anything. So I go out and I start, you know, like, why the fuck is there no screen? I've said several times that the cats are fucking possibly getting out because there's no screen. Why? So I go back and look for them. I find Mitty. I find I find V, who's there for some reason, and I like pick them up both in my arms. I'm like, come on. And then I put them, you know, where I can see them. And then I'm trying to find Ava because Ava's the only one missing. And I go out into the kitchen and I like look on top of the cabinets and there she is sleeping. And I'm like, I can't find it. Oh, there she is. You can just see this little, you know, orange hump on top of it. It's like, oh, she's sleeping. But okay, so now the weird part. And, you know, dreams are not meant to be taken literally. There's always a meaning for it. So, like I said, I went in, there was this bird in the window. The screen wasn't cut or anything, so it couldn't have possibly flown in. And the window was closed, so it couldn't have gotten in from inside the room. But then it's like trying to warn me about stuff. And like I get close to it and like there's a fucking jump scare against the window. And it's like, you know, look out and beware and this and that. And then suddenly, for some reason, there's like this dog thing on the bed. And at first I thought it was weird looking because it was a bigger dog, but it had like a dachshund head. And it was weird because it looked like the thing was stitched together, but it was moving around. And then I looked on its stomach and there was like this square, like a cutout almost, and it was badly like stitched up. I don't know if it was like red threads or something, but it looked infected. Whatever it was like a dark red, but it was like shoddily just like sewn up. And then, you know, it's like staring at me. And then my parents come in with this big white container. Like it was like a big fucking container, like this fucking big. And it wasn't a transparent container. It was just solid white. And like I can't remember who it was, but they come over and like pick this thing up by the scruff and like throw it into the container. And they're telling me that it's like that's not a dog. That's someone just, you know, in disguise has a dog trying to get close to you so that, you know, harm you. And then out of nowhere, like this video starts playing of how the person did it, and it shows them like surgically making themselves smaller to fit in the suit, how they somehow remove part of their neck to make, you know, shorter, how they their legs to shorter. And like I said, it's like when you first saw the thing, it's like it was a big dog, like a golden retriever lab kind of size. It was a big body and had like this little dachshund head on it. So it's like clearly whoever it was wasn't thinking about it, and they were just like throwing parts together to make this suit, and it was like an actual dog skin, like Buffalo Bill style. Um, and I'm like, what? I didn't see what happened to him after that. They just threw him into the fucking container, and this video started playing, and that was it. So, and then there was something about kneecaps, about, you know, give me your kneecap. It's like, what? It's like, grab your kneecap and pull it. It's like, what? Obviously, literally not meaning to. But yeah, that dog thing. So it's like, if I'm to interpret it, so again, someone disguised themselves as a dog to get close to me, to harm me in ways that are not nice. So dogs, very welcoming, they're cute, they're lovable. Someone disguises themselves as something lovable to get close to me. Now, that doesn't mean someone's actually going to disguise themselves as a fucking dog to get close to me. It just means, you know, people may pretend to be something nice to get, or not even get close, but, you know, that I might meet people or maybe know people right now that are undesirable at this point because they're not really in for my interests, my, you know, my well-being. Um, so again, never take dreams literally. It's like if you have a dream about killing your mom, you don't actually literally want to kill your mom, you know, but it just means there might be some kind of issues, maybe with your parents. Um, but it doesn't mean you actually want to literally kill your mom. Now, for some people, maybe, you know, if they end up actually killing their mom in real life, then, you know, maybe they did just want to kill their mom. Maybe they got the idea from the dream. Like, oh yeah, I dreamt I killed my mom and I just wanted to do it. I don't know. But yeah, it was weird. Just like this giant square hole on their stomach. And it was just like badly stitched up and my fucking dreams. Anyways, yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know that Miko's actually a boy and my dreams are fucking weird. Nice. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.